everyone, and welcome to Checkpoint. Yay! How are you? And hope you are doing great. Now, I want to start by saying thank you, and thank you again for all that you do for us at Checkpoint. Thank you for liking our videos. Thank you for your beautiful comments. Thank you for subscribing to my YouTube channel. Thank you for the questions you ask. And thank you for sharing this link to everyone that you know. Because of all these wonderful things that you do, this message is reaching a wider audience. And for this, I want to say thank you. Thank you and thank you again. Now, welcome to Checkpoint. And today, as usual, we have something very spicy, something interesting, something that will be a huge blessing to you. So what are you waiting for? Go ahead and invite your friends, your relations, your associates, your neighbors. Let them know that it is time for Checkpoint and they can't afford to miss today's episode. I am telling you, you cannot afford to miss today's episode. So go quickly, invite your friends, your relations, your associates, and your neighbors. Let them know it's time for Checkpoint, and I'll be back right after this break to give you today's topic. Don't go anywhere. All right, welcome back. Now, today on Checkpoint, I'll be sharing with you a topic that will be a huge blessing to you. Today's topic is simple: secrets for a meaningful life. Secrets for a meaningful life. You know, life is a gift given to us by God for a glorious destiny here on earth. Life is not something you joke with. As a matter of fact, things can go so bad, things can go so wrong, but if you still have life, there is a tendency that you will recover. There's a tendency that you will bounce back. There's a tendency that you'll be able to survive and thrive despite all odds. So life is a gift from God, and this is the first thing we have to establish. Many people have life, but they do not even know what is the use of this life. Today, I'll be sharing with you secrets for a meaningful life. You see, there is life and there is meaningful life. Life, not all life is meaningful. Okay, I know you might say, oh, everyone has a purpose, everyone has a reason for them to be here. But there are people who are here on earth, they don't even know why they are here. They are not doing anything in that regard. There are some human beings that are practically living like animals. Why do I say this? Because all they do is wake up, eat, poo, and then go back to sleep. That's all they ever do. And you see them, years pass and years roll into a decade, and there is practically nothing else they do with their life. But life is supposed to be meaningful, right? And everybody has a chance at making their lives truly, truly meaningful. So the question for you today is this: what are you doing to make sure that your life is meaningful? What effort are you making? What kind of strategy are you putting in place to make sure that your life is meaningful? Everybody has life, but not everybody has meaningful life, and it will be a strategic error, an upside down arrangement, a misnomer, and an aberration for you to have life and not make it meaningful. Life is meant to be meaningful, and I'll be sharing with you secrets for a meaningful life. Do you want the life you live to count? Do you want people to look back and remember that somebody like you existed here on earth? Do you want people to look back and remember that somebody like you lived here on earth? You have to live life more meaningfully. This time you waste on frivolities, on things that are not important, on things that are meaningless, you have to rearrange yourself. You have to reorganize yourself to make sure that you live your best life now. Life can truly be meaningful. If you are watching me, if you are online, you can hear me, please type it in the chat room. Life can be meaningful. Life can truly, truly be meaningful, but it is left for you to decide how meaningful are you going to make your life to be. This is very, very key. How meaningful are you going to make your life to be? I don't know how old you are watching me right now, but if I'm to ask you, how old are you? What contribution do you think you have made here on earth? In what way do you think that your life is meaningful? How would you answer this question? How would you respond to this question if I was to ask you this exact question? So I'm waiting for your answers in the comment section. Answer me right now. If I ask you, in what ways do you know that your life is meaningful? Can you give me an answer? I'm waiting for your answer in the comment section. Go ahead and type. Let me know now. I'll be reading to see your answers. All right, I know some of you have given me wonderful, wonderful answers, but I'll go ahead to share with you the secrets for a meaningful life. The secrets for a meaningful life. Life can truly, truly be meaningful. Do you know why people take their lives? Do you know why people commit suicide? They have come to at a point in their lives when they feel like their life is no longer meaningful. They have come to a point in their life when they feel like life is no longer meaningful, and that is why they take their lives. And I don't want you to have to come to that point. I don't want you to have to bring yourself to that point. That is why today I'll be sharing with you on the secrets for a meaningful life. Number one secret for a meaningful life is that you have to define what a meaningful life means to you. Let me say that again. You have to define. Number one is what? Define what a meaningful life means to you. Now, let me shock you. What a meaningful life means to me is likely not what a meaningful life means to you. What a meaningful life means to you is likely not what a meaningful life means to me. So if we are to figure out for ourselves, what does a meaningful life mean? What is the significance of a meaningful life? What does a meaningful life represent? We will be able to then live a meaningful life, because you cannot, it was Masmuro that said that when purpose is not known, abuse is inevitable. If you don't even know what a meaningful life means, it will be difficult, very, very difficult for you to be able to actually live a meaningful life. So one thing you have to do is that you have to sit back and clarify what you value the most. Sit back and clarify what you value the most. What is most important in your life? Do you value education? Do you value purpose? Do you value people understanding themselves? What do you value the most? Do you value people dressing well? Do you value people living the truth? What do you value the most? Do you value people eating good food? Do you believe in that? What do you value the most? We all have our different sets of values. And listen to me. My value is not more superior than your value. Your value is not more superior than my value. We all just have to figure out what is it for ourselves, all right? We need to figure out what it is for ourselves, because what we value differs, all right? Because we are different human beings and what we value is different. So if I may ask you right now, what do you value the most? When it comes to your country, what do you value the most? When it comes to your family, what do you value the most? When it comes to your organization, your company, what do you value the most? Because what you value the most will be a reflection of what you eventually do. You know, when you say, I value this the most, it will reflect in the decisions you take. It will reflect in the actions that you take. It will reflect in the things that you do. So what do you value the most? If you, as somebody who values quality education, you see yourself dreaming dreams about having good schools. You see yourself dreaming dreams about having proper institutions and stuff like that. If you're somebody who values fashion and people dressing properly, you see yourself having ideas about fashion designing and stuff like that. So whatever your value is, whatever your vision is, it is valid. Let me say this again. Whatever your vision is, whatever your dream is, it is valid. The fact that somebody elsewhere, somebody somewhere is doing it better and bigger and larger than you does not invalidate yours. Your value, your purpose, your passion, whatever it is you desire, it is valid. As long as you have that dream in your heart and you're willing to do what it takes to make it work, you will succeed. Let me say this again. Somebody needs to hear this right now. I am so sure about that. As long as you keep having that dream in your heart and you're willing to do what it takes and not give up on it, I am sure you will succeed at the end. So what do? Keep working on it. Once you have been able to clarify what your vision is, you have been able to clarify what is most valuable to you, have been able to clarify what you desire, keep working on it, because one day it will speak. Now, number two, I've already started touching it already. Number two way to actually live a meaningful life is that you have to discover a purpose or a passion. Discover a purpose or a passion. Your passion, your purpose, it is the reason for your existence. Your purpose is a blueprint for your life, divinely handed over from God to you so that you can live a wonderful and glorious life here on earth. It is important that you discover what is your purpose. In fact, as a matter of fact, your purpose pre-existed you. Purpose pre-exists life. Should I say it again? Purpose pre-exists life. If you can hear me, type it in the comment section. Purpose pre-exists life. If you're able to find out what is that purpose for which I was created, it will be easier for you to navigate through life. It will be easier for you to find a meaningful life. Let me tell you this. When you know the purpose of a thing, you will not see yourself abusing what you know, because you already know that this is the purpose for which this has been created. As a matter of fact, it is very, very essential that you understand what your purpose is. Your purpose is not my purpose. My purpose is not your purpose. And you have to find out what is your purpose, because whatever you figure out what your purpose is, you discover that you have been created for that very purpose. You have been made, you have been manufactured for that very purpose. When you see a camera right in front of me, this camera, even though it has a shape of a gun, is not a gun. It's not meant to shoot. It's meant to shoot videos, but not meant to shoot bullets. All right. So it might have the shape of a gun, but it's not meant to shoot bullets. It's meant to shoot videos. So every equipment, every machine has the purpose. There's a purpose that the manufacturer had in heart before it was created. And this is why you have to figure out for yourself what was God's purpose for your life before you were created. Let me tell you something about purpose. When you know why you were created, when you know why you were born, when you know why God had placed you here on earth, you do those things easily. You discover that it will be easier for you to do the things that you were created to do. It is not difficult for a ball to roll on a field. Let me say this again. It is not difficult for a ball to roll on the field, because when the ball was being manufactured, the body of the ball was made in a way that it will be easy for the ball to roll, because circular things are able to roll. Imagine somebody saying, I want to create a different kind of football. People are supposed to kick this ball, and then the person decides to make it in a square shape. You see, it's going to be very, very difficult for people to actually kick it, because when they kick it, it won't be able to roll and keep rolling. All right, so that is the truth about your life. You have to figure out for yourself, what is my true purpose? Until purpose is discovered, life will remain frustrated. Until purpose is discovered, the person that is living that kind of life will be stagnated, will be stunted in growth. That is why you have to discover for yourself what truly is your purpose. Your purpose will determine the friends that you keep. Your purpose will determine the things that happen around you. Your purpose will determine the values that you cherish. Your purpose will determine the kind of actions that you take. The purpose will determine your decisions that you make for your life. Purpose selects. Purpose will select your friends. Purpose will select your time. Purpose will select the people you hang around with. Purpose will select what you do. That is why you have to make sure that you discover what your purpose is and follow it up with passion. Let there be this unquenchable passion, this passion that does not die off. You know, when I find myself having an opportunity to talk to people with the hope and belief that people will get better based on what I say, I go ahead and I say it with passion. That is why I make quality videos for you. That is why I developed Checkpoint for you. That is why I am working on this Checkpoint, because I believe that at Checkpoint, we equip you, we empower you, and we educate you so that you can become a better version of yourself. That is all that it motivates me. It pushes me, because I believe that people should be able to break down and destroy these self-limiting beliefs that has kept them bound for too long, that has made them unable to become their true self, to actualize their true potential. I believe that we all are made for more. You watching me right now, yes, you, I believe that you are made for more. You just have to believe it. If you can believe it in your mind, then it can happen in your life. If you can have it in your mind, then you can have it in your hand. It starts from the mind. The Bible says that as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. As a man thinketh in his mind. The mind is the faculty of thinking, the place where thoughts are processed, the place where your life is processed, the place where your decisions and your actions are processed. Your mind is you. You are your mind. Because if your mind is well, if your mind is healthy, if your mind is good, you'll be well, you'll be healthy, you'll be good. So this is one thing you have to understand. Discover your purpose and pursue it with passion. Another person cannot have greater passion for your vision than you. Let me say this again in a way you understand. No one around your vision can have a greater passion than you. Nobody can be more passionate than the vision you have been called to vendor. So ask yourself, is this truly my passion? If it is my passion, I should be the most passionate person about this purpose. Is this truly my purpose? Is this the reason why I'm living? Is this the reason why I'm here? If it is my purpose, truly, no other person is permitted to be as passionate as I am when it comes to my purpose. So if it is truly a purpose, you are going to rev up your passion. You're going to energize yourself and burn with fire. You know, speaking about John in the Bible says that John was a burning and a shining light, and we were willing for a season to enjoy his light. He was burning, he was shining. That is how we all have to be in this earth. We have to be burning, we have to be shining, we have to illuminate our world. That is why if you want to live a meaningful life, you have to discover your purpose. You have to discover your passion. What is it? What is that thing that makes you to sleep at night? And when you slide down to sleep, you're not able to sleep because you wake up, you see yourself working on that same vision. That is your purpose. Figure that out. What is that thing that you do and you never get tired doing it? What is that thing that you do and nobody can, no, even if nobody pays you for it, you are gladly doing it? What is that thing? You have to discover what that thing is. And you know one thing, nobody discovers vision for anybody. Let me say this again, nobody will discover vision for you. It is your sole responsibility to discover what your vision is if you want to make a meaningful life. Let me say this thing about this purpose before I close. Now, it is important for you to know that whenever it is truly purpose, purpose is never for you. Purpose is for others. Let me say this again. Purpose is never for you. Purpose is for others. If God has given you a purpose, if you're able to discover a purpose for your life, it is always how to make your world better. It is always how to make people better. It is always how to improve the lives of other people. It is always how to make something greater and bigger. It is not always about you. So don't say my purpose is to take care of myself. My purpose is to look good. My purpose is to dress myself. That is really not purpose. If it is purpose, it is something that emanates from you and then shines the light on others. That's what the Bible clearly tells us, that we should let our light shine. Let our light shine so that when others see it, the Bible says that God will be glorified by it. When they see it, they will give glory to your Father who is in heaven. Your light is meant to shine. And in what way is your light shining? There are different mountains of influence upon the earth through which your light can shine. The question I want to ask you right now is this: in what area is your light shining? Is your light shining in the media mountain? Is your light shining in the education mountain? Is your light shining in the governmental mountain? Is your light shining in the family mountain? Is your light shining in the religious mountain? Is your light shining in the art and entertainment mountain? Or is your light shining in the business or finance mountain? Where is your light shining? Your light must be shining somewhere. That is why you have to discover a purpose. It is from the discover purpose that your light begins to shine. I think I have overflogged that topic. Let's go to number 3. All right, number 3 secret for a meaningful life is that you have to foster healthy relationships that increases your sense of belonging. Foster healthy relationships that increases your sense of belonging. Listen to me, we all in life need to have a sense of belonging. In fact, according to Abraham Maslow, he has a hierarchy of needs. The first, most basic level is the needs of survival. All right, food, shelter, clothing. All right. Then the next set of needs is safety needs. Safety needs. Everybody wants to be safe. All right. We need job security. We need life security. We need to be protected from evil and stuff like that. Now, the next one on top of it is what we call belonging needs. Everyone wants to have a family. Everyone wants to have friends. Everyone wants to have quality relationships that increases their sense of belonging. I want you to go out today and intentionally foster healthy relationships with people. Foster healthy relationships with people. Have people that you call friends, have people that you call family. And please, I want to plead with you, don't come to the point where you're living alone in this world. Life was not created for isolation. Life was created for association. Let me say this again. Life was not created for isolation. Life was created for association. You cannot do life alone. You cannot do life alone. Life was not meant to be done alone. So if you are here on earth and you want to enjoy life, you want to have a meaningful life, you have to intentionally foster healthy relationships with friends and with family, with associates, with colleagues, with neighbors, with people you worship with God with in church. Have good relationships with people. It increases a sense of belonging. See, when you are living alone for yourself, that is not life. Truly, life is when you are, we can only say that you are living life well when you are living it for others. Meaningful life is not life lived for oneself. Meaningful life is life lived for others. I'd like you to write this down. Meaningful life is not life lived for oneself. Meaningful life is life lived for others. You have to live for others in order to have a meaningful life. See, this issue of me, myself, and I will not take you anywhere. Me, myself, and I will not make you healthier. Me, myself, and I will not make you a better person. If you want to enjoy life as it were, if you want to live a very meaningful life, you have to intentionally foster healthy relationships with people, with family, with friends. There are people that are so cantankerous, so difficult to relate with anybody. In fact, as a matter of fact, you find it so difficult to relate to the people around you. You are fighting with everybody, you are quarreling with everybody, you are having enemies here and there. That is not a meaningful life. If you really want to enjoy a meaningful life, you have to intentionally and deliberately foster relationships with people around you. There are people around you, every of them must not do the same thing, all of them must not believe the same thing, all of them must not have the same set of values that you have, but you have to intentionally make sure that you are relating properly with them, because only then can we say you are having a meaningful life. Is that okay? All right, I hope you're getting very impacted, and it's very insightful being here on Checkpoint. If you just joined, make sure you go back to the beginning and watch from the beginning. All right, so today I've been able to share with you some secrets for living a meaningful life. Let me tell you number four secret for living a meaningful life is that you have to take care of yourself. You know, taking care of yourself has been so underrated. People are like, if you want to live a meaningful life, you have to do this for others, you have to do that for others, you have to do this and do that and do that. And most times it's always about doing something. But listen to me, sometimes it is about taking care of yourself. If you do not take care of yourself, how will you take care of the world? If you do not take care of yourself, how will you take care of people around you? So it is very imperative that you take care of yourself. Take good care of yourself. Eat healthy. Eat healthy. There is not every food that is okay for you. It is not everything that must go through your mouth. I know you have a sweet tooth. Nevertheless, remember that a sweet tooth can quickly become a very bad tooth. So please, go ahead, make sure you eat healthy. Find out time to rest. I know you are workaholic. Mr. Workaholic, let me clap for you. Mrs. Workaholic, let me clap for you. After your workaholic nature, please make out time to rest. As I'm talking to you, I'm talking to myself. These days, I'm intentionally finding time to rest. You know, the world is not collapsing without you in it. The world is not collapsing. As a matter of fact, God forbid anything happens to you, you discover that this is our world. We keep moving like nothing happened. That is why you have to know that the world does not revolve around you. Life will still go on if anything happens to you, and that is why you do yourself a favor and stay alive. And how do you do this? By making sure that you eat healthy, by making sure you have enough sleep. Sleep as much as you can at night. If you're not able to sleep at night, make sure that you are able to reciprocate for that and replenish yourself during the day. Find a time to sleep and rest. And then, apart from eating well, apart from sleeping well, you need to play well. Somebody will be like, which one point is that? Yes, it is part of taking care of yourself. Do you want to take care of yourself? Find something that interests you. Find a hobby, find a passion, find something that interests you, something you love to do, and go ahead and do it. Find friends that love what you do. Play with them. See, you can't be too old to play. You can't be too, see, I tell people, this life is just one life that you have, only one life that you came to live. And you cannot afford to allow that one life to just fizzle out in front of you. You don't have two lives. That is why you have to intentionally make up your mind to find time to play. Playing is important too. Let me say it again, playing, very, very important. Type it somewhere. I'm watching you right now. Playing is important. Play as much as you can, because when you play, you laugh. When you play, you laugh. And when you laugh, you release tensions from your body. When you laugh, you release tensions and pressure from yourself. So play, laugh, chat, jump, dance, whatever it is that can make you happier and healthier. This is very, very important, because you want to live a meaningful life. If you are a very angry person, if you are filled with bitterness and resentment, what will happen invariably is that anyone you meet, you transfer the same aggression to them. You transfer the same hurt to them. You transfer the same anger to them. And this is not what you should be doing, you know. That is why you have to take care of yourself. If you take care of yourself and become a happy person and become a very jovial person, you will see that everywhere you go, you will be emanating happiness. You'll be emanating that same joy, because it flows from within. It is not an artificial kind of joy. It is a joy that is real. It flows from within. You are able to pass it on. You are able to show it wherever you go. The Bible tells us that the love of Christ has been shed abroad in our hearts. So whenever we go, we display love. Wherever we go, we showcase love, because the love of God is full in our hearts. If you're able to take care of yourself, wherever you go, you discover that you are able to add value to the lives of so many people, because you yourself, you are happy. You yourself, you are contented. You yourself, you are okay. You yourself, you are healthy. And because you are happy, you are able to transfer that same happiness to others. Because you are healthy, you are okay, you are able to transfer that same to others. You are not scared of relating with people. You are not cantankerous. When you come around people, they don't go into hiding. They know that it is okay, because as long as you are there, everything will still be fine. So take good care of yourself. This is very, very key and very important. So number 5 secret to living a meaningful life I'd like to share with you is that you have to look for ways to meaningfully contribute to the lives of others. Look for ways to meaningfully contribute to the lives of others. I have said it before and I will say it again. It is not sufficient for you to just take good care of yourself. It is not sufficient for you to just do your own things. One thing is important. Beyond doing stuff for yourself, beyond helping yourself, beyond buying things for yourself, it is important that you do something that will contribute meaningfully in the lives of others. Look for ways, look for strategies, for ways for you to meaningfully contribute to the lives of others. Listen to me, no matter how down you are, no matter how poor you are, no matter how low you are in life, one thing is essential. There is somebody you are still better than. There is somebody you are still richer than. There is somebody you are still happier than. There is somebody you are still wealthier than. There is somebody you are still more knowledgeable than. And that is why you owe it somebody to pass it forward. You owe somebody what you have. You owe somebody what you know. All right, so make sure that there is somebody out there that you are pouring into. Don't be a receiver only. Imagine our bodies. If we are to just receive food, eat and eat and eat, and we're not able to excrete that food out, what do you think will happen to our lives? We will combust. All right, we will implode. That is why it is okay, it is necessary that when you receive, when you have an intake, you also extract what you have eaten. This is very, very important. Whenever you are receiving from people, you are being poured into, make sure that you also pour out to people. I tell people that there are different kinds of relationships. Beyond having mentors, you should also have mentees. All right, beyond having mentors, you should also have mentees. As you are a mentor, as you're a mentor to somebody, you should also be a mentee to somebody. As you have a mentor, you should also have a mentee, so that what you have, you can easily pour into somebody. Look for ways to contribute meaningfully into the lives of others. There is somebody who, what you know, might deliver from problem. There is somebody somewhere who does not have joy at the moment, but the joy that you have can be able to be shed upon the person and make the person a better person. In fact, a smile from you can save a soul. A good word from you can change somebody's life. Don't keep saying, I don't have, but I want to collect and collect and collect and collect. That is not a meaningful way to live. If you want to always collect, make sure you have a way, you have an outlet through which you are able to give out to somebody. Don't always be collecting and collecting. Make sure that as you are collecting, you are also giving out to somebody. Look for ways to contribute to somebody. Everybody does not need money. There are people who actually need money, but not everyone needs money. So for some people, it might be just a smile from you. For some others, it might just be a word of encouragement from you. For others, it might just be knowledge, what you know. For others, it might just be a skill, what you are able to do. So whichever way it is, make sure that intentionally, deliberately, you are giving meaning to the life of somebody. As a matter of fact, before you sleep every night, sit back on your bed, close your eyes, reflect, and ask yourself this one question: who was I a blessing to today? Ask yourself that question every day before you sleep. Who was I a blessing to today? This day that just rolled past, who was I a blessing to? Because if you're able to answer this question on a regular basis, you discover that you begin to live a very meaningful life. Capish? All right. So let's continue. I'd like to share with you number six way to ensure that you are living a meaningful life. So number 6 secret for a meaningful life is that you should live in the moment. Live in the moment. This is so key, because so many people are looking out for that time when they have touched the world, that time when they have imparted their whole generation, that time when they have done everything, and they forget to live in the moment. Let me take this for example. Assuming you own a school and you are looking out for that time you are 500 students. Meanwhile, the 20 students you currently have in your school, you are not treating them well, you are not managing them well. How will you get to that 500 eventually? So live in the moment. I know you have lofty dreams. I know you have very big plans, but beyond your bigger picture and all of those things, please ensure, do well to live in the moment. Make sure that you are maximizing this moment that you are in. I know you want to have a plan. You have a plan when you eventually be rich and wealthy and you are going out and dashing money everywhere. I know it's a wonderful plan, but now that you don't have that much money, how well are you maximizing the money that you have in your hands? How well are you making proper decisions that ensure that money does not finish in your hands? What plans are you making to ensure that money meets money in your hands? So I know you have lofty dreams and big visions and bigger pictures, but please, beyond all your bigger pictures, make sure that in the moment you are living that moment. I know you are thinking of when you get married and then you have your children and how happy you will be, but while you are still single now, please make sure that you are enjoying your singlehood, because your singlehood will not be forever. Your single life period in life will not be forever. So this moment when you are still single, enjoy your singlehood. Enjoy this moment when you are still single and take advantage of it. Use this opportunity to travel, use this opportunity to love yourself, use this opportunity to improve on yourself. Whatever you have to do to make yourself better, this is the moment. So live in the moment. Live in the moment. Many people are so much engrossed in the thought of what their future will look like that they forget what the moment truly looks like. Let me say this again. Many people are so engrossed in what they think the future is going to look like, and they forget to live this moment. All you have is this moment. Tomorrow is not promised. You have this moment. And this moment that you have, what can you do about it? Make sure that you live this moment. Make sure that you enjoy this life that you have right now. Make sure that you are maximizing it to the best of your ability. Make sure that you are enjoying it. Because don't say, oh, when I get to my 40s, when I get to my 50s, when I get to my 60s, that's when I'll begin to enjoy life. Enjoy now that you're in your 20s. Enjoy now you're in your 30s. Enjoy this moment right here, right now. Don't say when I'm older, when I'm this, because you don't know what will happen by that time. So live in the moment. Live in the moment. If you truly want to live a meaningful life, live in the moment. Ask yourself, from where I am right now, what can I do? From where I am right now, what changes can I make? From where I am right now, what contributions can I make in the life of people? From where I am right now, what changes can I make? From where I am right now, how much development can I have? So ask yourself, from where you are right now, not where you're going to be, not what you're going to be, not what you're going to have, but from where you are right now. This is a very key stuff that you have to take note of. Live in the moment. Live in the moment. Live in the moment. Do you know that some people, they have kids who are very young and they refuse to live in the moment, and they're thinking of, oh, how it would be wonderful when their kids begin to come back for holidays and they begin to buy stuff and they begin to take care of their parents. But now that it is your duty, your responsibility to take care of them, how well are you doing that? Because if you do not relate with them well now, how then do you think that when they grow up, when they become older, that they'll be able to relate better with you? So live in the moment. Live in the moment. Are you still a student? Don't start thinking of when you make money, when you blow, when you have all the money everywhere. Now that you are still a student, what do you have? What can you do from where you are? Enjoy this moment. Find ways to enjoy your student moment. Find ways to enjoy where you have found yourself right now. Find ways to enjoy it. Find ways to live for it, all right? To have fun while you are where you are. Because life is just but once. You don't have a second opportunity to live this life that you have found yourself in. I feel like I'm talking to somebody right now that is watching me. You don't have a second opportunity to live this life that you are living right now. So enjoy it, have fun, and live well, and live right. This is very, very important, all right? So today I've been sharing with you on the secrets for a meaningful life. Number one, I've told you that you have to define what meaningful life means to you, and I said very clearly that what meaningful life means to you is likely not what it means to me, and none of our own versions of meaningful life is more important than the other, because yours is very important, mine is very important, none is more important than the other. Number two, I said that you have to discover purpose and discover passion. Discover what your purpose is and pursue it with passion. Number three, I said that you have to foster healthy relationships with others. This will in turn increase your sense of belonging. Healthy relationships with family members, healthy relationships with friends, all of these things help to foster your sense of belonging. All right, so I'd also share with you that number four is that you have to take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. If you don't take care of yourself, who will? All right, so number five is that you have to look out for ways to meaningfully contribute in the lives of others. Look out for ways to meaningfully contribute in the lives of others. Life lived for oneself is not a meaningful life. Meaningful life is life lived for others. And number six, I said you should live in the moment. Live in the moment. Enjoy this very moment you have found yourself in. Don't start waiting for when the time comes, or in that moment, or when the future comes. Live in this moment. And number seven, and the last one I'll be sharing with you today. All right, so number seven secret for a meaningful life is that you should be mindful of your legacy. All right, so while you are trying to live a meaningful life now, you should be aware that a day is coming when you will no longer be here on earth. And that question comes up, and that question is, what will you be remembered for? What will you be remembered for? So have your legacy in mind as you live today. You know, legacy is not something that just happens. Legacy is something that is built upon over time. So what are you building today? What are you doing today? I want to encourage everyone who is watching right now. Be the change that you want to see in the world. Be the change that you want to see in the world. If you want any change you want to see in the world, you be that change, because many of us are always pointing at, if only that can can change, if only this can change, if only that person can change. But in honest truth, what we have to do is to focus on ourselves and try to be that change that we want to see in the world. So think of your legacy. Be mindful of what you are planning to leave behind. Be mindful of the kind of record you are trying to keep. As a matter of fact, people have been able to enjoy the dividends of having a great person as their grandfather, a great person as their great grandfather. May your children remember you for good. May your grandchildren remember you for good. May your great grandchildren remember you for good. May your descendants remember you in good light. And how will they remember you in good light? It is because you would have been able to live a very good life. So make sure that every day you are intentionally living your legacy behind. Whether you like it or not, whether you appreciate it or not, believe it or not, people who will come after you will benefit, they will also take up the consequences of the life you've lived. Whether you lived a good life, whether you lived a negative life, they will partake of the consequences. Now the question is this: what kind of consequence will they be partaking of? Is it a good kind of consequence, or is it a terrible kind of consequence? What kind of consequence would they partake of because of what you did? So ask yourself, what am I doing today that would be of benefit to my generations, to children that will be born right after me? So ask yourself, who will benefit? What kind of benefit will they eventually have? And this is very, very key and very important. So be mindful of your legacy, whether you appreciate it or not. Everything you do today it will eventually accumulate into the legacy you will leave behind. Every single decision you take today, every single action you take today will eventually accumulate into the legacy you will leave behind. So I always have this quote that I always tell myself. I say, I don't want to, whenever life throws me down, I pick myself up, I right back, because I don't want my story to be told shabbily. I don't want the story of my life to be told shabbily. That is why I pick myself up from every discouragement, up from every disappointment, up from every betrayal, up from everything that has tried to keep me down, because I don't want the story of my life to be told shabbily. I am mindful of the fact that every day of my life, every decision I make, every action I make, I am leaving behind a legacy. And I want that legacy to be great. I want it to be said of me that a woman that was very great, very powerful. With her words, lives were touched. By her life, by her books, lives were changed. By her music, people were blessed. By the things she wrote, we read, and our lives could no longer recover. And our lives could no longer recover. You know, from such immense impact. That is what I want to be known about my life. I am intentionally, deliberately building that legacy today by the little things I'm doing, by the things I do practically every day. So you have an opportunity to do that too. Make sure that you are intentionally leaving back a legacy. Be the change that you want your world to see. All right, at this point, this will be the conclusion for today's checkpoint. I hope you have been heavily imparted. I hope you learned a few things. I hope you are blessed. All right, so until I come your way again, keep making a positive, indelible mark in the lives of people and on the sands of time. I love you so much. Bye bye for now. Everyone, I hope you were blessed by that message. All right, so I want you to just go ahead and support us. If you are led, go ahead and just sow into the account right on the screen. And I know that as you do that, God will bless you big time. Because of the seeds you are sowing, you'll be able to reach a wider audience on different platforms. So please do well to sow that seed, and God will bless you. Love you.